wanted to talk about an avoidable crisis that's happening right here in Pahrump before our eyes. And I wanted to do a video that's a little different than the normal format that you're used to. As you know, if you do watch my videos, that our county commission is going on kind of a spending spree for homeless people. And what you may not know is that they're refusing to do anything about our shrinking police department under the sheriff's office. I want to explain why this is happening. I do want to show you a letter that I saw from sheriff's deputies about this issue. First, I wanted to show you this video from Sheriff McGill on KPVM, where he explains in his own words what's going on. So let's check that out first.
The major portion of our budget goes to salary and payroll. We need to increase that amount so that we can increase the deputies' pay and provide more deputies on the street, responding to calls for service, conducting traffic enforcement, conducting drug investigations, all the different aspects of what we have to do on a day-to-day basis. We are shorthanded in our detention center. We have prisoners that are being overseen by too few deputies, and it's coming to the point where we cannot hire enough deputies to fill the empty positions that we have.
Okay, so I'm going to put up on the screen this letter from sheriff's deputies about this same issue. This is about a week ago. As you can see, it's signed by specific deputies. The Nye County Commission had apparently agreed to discuss this problem of losing police and not being able to recruit, and then refused to take the issue up and discuss it. And these deputies are concerned that a lot of police will just end up leaving Pahrump or just walking out, as the letter says. And I will get a little more specific about why I think this is happening and what could be done. But first, I just wanted to give a little bit of a backstory to explain why this is important to know in perspective and give you a quick overview of what's been happening in case you haven't been paying attention. We have an exploding homeless population. We have drugs coming into our community. We even had a county commissioner who was caught just a couple of years ago with a big bag of cocaine. This is a big, big problem. If we cannot police Pahrump, we will have homeless people breaking into vacant homes, setting up vacant land tents, and we will transform Pahrump into a community of homeless people who have easy access to drugs and no police to stop them from doing whatever it is they want to do. And our commissioners are doing everything they can to attract more homeless. So let me give you just some spending from our commission. This is from their own document. $2.4 million in taxpayer money on a civic center that one commissioner said could house 650 people who are homeless, by the way. $580,000 in taxpayer money on mental health services. $300,000 in taxpayer money on something the commission calls homeless assistance. $882,000 in taxpayer money to give to people who cannot afford to live in their homes. $400,000 in taxpayer money in something the commission calls affordable housing homeless assistance. And this comes to almost $5 million in taxpayer money to attract new homeless people into town. And I'm sure you've seen them. And keeps them here with free taxpayer money that you and I provide. And the commission is just getting started on this. A few commission meetings ago, it was said that the commission wanted to build a homeless shelter. Now, this would be even more money. This would be an expansion on what I just discussed. And of course, it would be paid for by our tax money. So enter Sheriff Joe McGill, who asks the commission to just discuss the possibility of paying our Pahrump or Nye County deputy sheriffs more money because he's having a tough time attracting new police and having a tough time keeping the ones we have, and prevent homeless people from taking over our town and building tents up and down Route 160. And the commission has failed to do this, failed to even have the discussion. Now, it's no secret that I'm considering running for District 3 Commission in the upcoming 2024 election for the open seat in my district. So I'll tell you this, if I were your commissioner, here's what I would do. I would vote to stop all of the taxpayer-funded homeless handouts because we cannot grow our homeless population while cutting the number of police officers we have on the street. It's really not that complicated. It's a formula for disaster. There are millions of dollars being shuffled through the commission. I'm not sure who's making what money on what, but that is a problem also. We have an ethics problem in this government. We have a DA, a treasurer, and a commissioner who all have had ethics convictions in just the past couple of years. I don't trust these people with millions of taxpayer money, with all these new programs and all these new people who are running nonprofits. It's hard to track money, and we're just better off without it. I just don't know why we need a new exploding homeless population here. We have a community of older people who need medical care. We don't have enough ambulances. We don't have enough police for the chaos that a growing homeless population is going to cause. This is not humane for homeless people. This is not humane for those of us who are paying the taxes that our commissioners are handing out to homeless people. Pahrump is just not equipped to handle a large and growing homeless population. And our police are going to struggle with the new dangers from this. They may not even realize. People with needles, people with severe mental disturbances, people who set fire to buildings, criminals who disguise themselves as homeless people and commit whatever crimes they want to commit here in our community. And if we lose more police in the next few months, things are going to get much, much worse. Why I believe this is happening is that the corruption machine that runs Nye County and their commission want to create a fight between Sheriff McGill and his deputies because the corruption machine that runs the Nye County Commission wants to put their own sheriff into office in 2026 who will protect their corruption. This corrupt commission wants a corrupt sheriff, and they get this if they can get the sheriff's deputies to blame Sheriff McGill for something that he's not responsible for. And that's low pay and bad conditions for his deputies, conditions that this commission created. This is a strange and dangerous game that we're playing here, and it's got to stop. Really quick before I let you go, I just want to make a couple of quick points. First, there is never a circumstance where I will call for higher taxes. We are taxed too much already. We're struggling as a community to pay our bills because of what government's done to us. So giving that government more of our tax money is the last thing that we need to do. So new taxes are completely off the table. But what's confusing is we have a county government, we have a county like ours here in Pahrump that's expanding and growing with newer and newer houses and more people coming in from all over the place. But for some reason, we have not spent any of that money from all those taxes that these people are already spending on police and fire. But we seem to have an endless supply of money for homeless handouts. We have a problem in Nye County government, and that problem is our Nye County Commission. We've got really great county workers, and we've got a great community. But for some reason, our county commission seems to not know how to support our community. Their values are just completely wrong, and they just don't seem to understand who it is we are.